That pistachio color is about as natural as my boobs, ass, and waistline.
This food influencer is going viral and being called a bully after essentially asking a French bakery for free food in exchange of a positive food review on her social medias. This is going crazy right now. Now, the owner of the bakery said, no, thank you. But this girl still shows up at the bakery and gives them a really bad review. So the influencer is Aurora Griffo, aka Glamorama. She has since changed her TikTok account to just Aurora, and she has deleted all of her videos but one. The name of the bakery is JL Patisserie, okay? It's in Arizona. I'm gonna show you Glamorama's review. It was a bad review.
Arizona people, I do not mind spending $10 on a pastry if they are really good, but you cannot use fake ass ingredients. That pistachio color is about as natural as my boobs, ass, and waistline. The coffee was super sour and acidic, but I prefer a creamy chocolatey espresso. $5 for a canali. I didn't even pay that in Santro fucking Pay, but that's the price next to the Phoenix airport. Okay. I was also super disappointed in the quiche. I prefer a quiche with a thick, rich, buttery crust. This had a paper thin crust. If I wanted to ingest this much eggs, I would have eaten an omelet. I absolutely loved the pumpkin pie croissant, but everything was a little on the sweet and rich side, which some people love. Personally, I like my sweets a little less sweet, so I'd rather get treated like shit and go to Paris Baguette. Now, with all of that being said, I think if you stay away from the expensive ingredients like these nuts, you can definitely enjoy a delicious, rich pastry.
She has received so much criticism. After she released her bad review, the owner clapped back with receipts and everything, okay? And her video went viral. I mean, it's got 62 million views right now. Most food reviewers that we see online they actually pay for the food and they pay for the entire experience. I mean, even Keith Lee, which is the biggest food reviewer now on TikTok, he pays for his own food. And now I think he's having people go into the establishments for him just so that they don't know it's him.
I think it's a conversation to be had here, and I think it's very important. So let's talk about it. First, I want to say I commend the chef for her response. Not only was it respectful, it was insightful. It taught me a lot as somebody who do food reviews, because I love seeing the behind the scenes of what goes into making art. And I think making food is art. And I'm not saying none of this is a dog pile, because if you know me, you know I don't do the bullying, I don't do the dog piling, I don't do none of that. But I think it's accountability that should be taken. When I say accountability, I mean on behalf of the food reviewer. Not because she was honest and because she said she didn't like the food. I think when you start allowing money to dictate what your opinion is, or to dictate or sway anything that has to do with your opinion, I think that's when you're wrong. And I know it may be like, oh, you successful. It's easy for you to say that. I've been honest since I was on a Paw Patrol chair and I was on food stamps and I was sitting at the little breakaway table or a little pull down table that my daughter had. So I'm speaking from experience. I think it's a lot of value in what it is that we do. But I think the reason why we get paid on social media is to be authentic and to be ourselves and to be honest no matter what. And I know a lot of people don't share the same sentiment, but I'm just speaking for myself. And I think it's important to not only say that, but actually put your money where your mouth is. And in my case, I'm blessed enough to say that we just sent 40 people to the state fair. And I specifically said people and not creators because it was people who had 40 followers. It was people who had 1,000 followers. It was all the way up to 200,000 followers. But it was people who just love food. And with that being said, we coming out of paternity leave very soon. And I'm not saying I'm going to this restaurant, but what I am saying is that I love pastries and I'm a bread connoisseur. So if I am invited, I would love to come and get my honest opinion. Because to me, everything looked amazing, but I would love to come see for myself. And as always, I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. I'll be safe. What you do with a little is what you do with a lot. If you say you're going to be honest now and you're not honest, you ain't going to be honest when you get 100 million followers. That's the way I feel.
Should have taken the L, maybe not done the video at all. This started to go viral, and this is what she says in a now deleted video, of course.
Then she essentially tried to blackmail us by saying if we offered the food for free, she would then write a good review about it.
God damn, someone finally stood up to me. You know what? I gotta say, fucking kudos, for real. I respect that. I do. What I don't respect are the lies. So, here are the receipts. You want the truth. You can't handle the truth. I never said that I would leave a good review for a free meal. I have never done that, and I will never do that. So I think it's a bit of a stretch to...
She said, "Hi, thank you for your response. I'm not sure if you're familiar with my page, but I do honest reviews. I do not charge for my content. When it's a collab, I will still do the honest review and focus on what I enjoyed and be softer / quicker on my words with what I did not like as much." Meaning she, just mention it very softly and then move on, but highlight the great points about it. If the experience is terrible, I won't post anything for the kindness of the hospitality. Then she says, the meal will need to be comped, including the gratuity. You can't leave the tip? If this all looks like something that would interest you, let me know. Thank you. I mean, she's asking for the whole thing to be comped, including the tip. You can't pay for the tip. I mean, you're leaving with a full belly and you're leaving with service.
Say that I was bullying you. You have way more followers than I do. You are way cooler than I am. I will admit that. Like, I would love to have the online presence that you do. So if anything, you're kind of punching down. My video got what, like 7,400, I think, maybe 12,000, 13,000 on Instagram. It didn't do great. I also said nice things in that video. I actually do think if you stay away from the nuts, if you're like me that don't like that fake pistachio flavor, I still have one of your other pastries here. Well, this one was a pistachio, so it hasn't been eaten yet. But the pumpkin one that I loved and raved about, I'm not exaggerating. I ate it about 2 hours ago, and I will say it's been frozen for days since Saturday. Pulled it out after about 30 minutes. It was still phenomenal, and I'll stand by that. We also didn't get free drinks. We did get a free shot of espresso, which was so nice. Like, the French man that works there, he was the sweetest man ever. I said I liked my coffee strong. He sent out a free shot of espresso. That was so, so nice. Regardless, Jenna, I respect your balls. I do respect your talent. It may not be always my taste, but I do respect your talent. I think you make beautiful pastries. I'd work on that quiche though. And I hope both your sides of your pillow are cold at night, and I do wish you nothing but the best.
At the beginning of this, she had less than 10,000 followers on TikTok, and I think she had more on Instagram. But after that, now she has 15,000. She changed her name from Glamorama to Aurora and deleted all the videos but one.
So Glamorama has posted another apology, and this one is the only one she has up on her page. Everything else has been deleted. It appears that she had a little help with this one. For those of you that watch her, you'll know this is a little more her tone. This will be my last video, even though it wasn't, and she has since then deleted this. I'm done creating Reels and TikToks for good. I offered to promote a business for free, if it was good. But the business didn't want that. Many content creators charge up to $4,000. I do for free, so I can do an honest review. She says she has thousands of DMs threatening violence against me and my family, which there is no need for that. Absolutely none. A mob came after me. Of course, you tried to drag a business on the internet. I didn't tell them to turn down the music. So yeah, that was absolutely lame to us. Most of us that were sitting back watching the whole thing unfold know exactly how you acted. We watched the video.
Now, her whole shtick was that she was like tough on the establishments, and I just feel like that just leaves a little sour taste in my mouth about her reviews. Also, all of this evidence now that she's seeking free food in exchange for a good review is just not the way to go about reviewing food. If anything, you pay for your meals and you give an honest review, because now no one is going to trust you with your food reviews. I think that the way she went about her entire persona, she was trying to be different, being critical and mean, but targeting small businesses like this does not make you look trendy or cool or anything like that.
Okay, I wanted to contribute to the conversation going around the JL Patisserie and Glamorama, and now that she's off the app, I feel safe. So sorry, I'm a pansy. About a year ago, she came into my place of work here in the Valley and made a TikTok about it and posted it, and she was not kind. She was very mean. She didn't have anything nice really to say about where I work or how my service was, and I didn't say anything about it. I was quiet. And my coworkers asked me if I was going to talk about it or if I was going to post about it. And I didn't. I was quiet. We were quiet because we let the universe do the job for us. And it did. And all I can say is that I'm glad that another bully is off the internet. So
I feel like she was just trying to do something different. People are just not looking at it like this is cool. They're looking at it like you're a bully. I think she just needs to reevaluate what she's doing online and, maybe take a couple of weeks off, come back with a new attitude and maybe a different way of doing content. And I'm not sure about your food reviews. I don't even know if you can come back to food reviewing. Maybe you can, but I just don't think you can do it asking for free food. She says, God damn, someone finally stood up to me. She contradicts herself right there because she's like, someone finally stood up to me. Then says that they're punching down. She's small. My video got 7,000 views. Yours got millions. But what are you talking about? Someone finally stood up to you. So that tells you what the owner said was probably right. The owner said that she allegedly bullies other businesses and they weren't going to take it. So maybe they were right about that. It just seems that way to me. You actually said some nice things in the video, but some things were really just not true, okay? The whole fake pistachio paste, that was proven to be not true. You said that it tasted like artificial pistachio and pistachio flavoring. And this doesn't make you very reliable as a food critic or a food reviewer, because I can't trust that you're telling me the truth about something. It was proven already that it was genuine pistachio paste. And yeah, so you said a few nice things, but I just feel like they were, in my opinion, it didn't seem very genuine. I just feel like you had to say something that was positive. You said you liked the pumpkin one, but the original video, this is what you said.
I absolutely loved the pumpkin pie croissant, but everything was a little on the sweet and rich side, which some people love. Personally, I like my sweets a little less sweet, so I'd rather get treated like shit and go to Paris baguette.
You say you'd rather go to France and be treated like shit than have this croissant. Isn't that what you said? The backhanded compliments, and then there was a dig about the quiche at the end. You're going in the opposite direction, and she's sprinkling in a few compliments and a few nice things, like saying that the person she dealt with was nice and that she got one free shot of espresso. She didn't get free drinks. Girl, you're trying to justify your actions now, and I don't know if I trust this as a food review. I can't trust that she knows what she's talking about when it comes to flavorings and artificial flavorings. She thought that was artificial flavoring when it's actual, genuine, imported pistachio paste from Italy. Like, I just don't know. And you know what? The clear winner of all this is going to be the bakery. First of all, they got a ton, millions of views. So that video has over 60 million views right now. They're having actual people pay for the food, review it, post it on TikTok, and they're raving reviews as well. And they know what they're doing.
Scottsdale, if you want the fakest pistachio paste you've ever had in your life, come try JL Patisserie. Too soon? Hey, look, before the viral drama, this French bakery was already on my list, and it's only 5 minutes from my house, so I had to finally check it out. Shout out to the homies who put me on way before the viral drama. JL Patisserie Patisserie was founded by Jenna Lurkin, a Le Cordon Bleu trained pastry chef from Belgium and a James Beard recognized talent. She built this spot from scratch into one of Arizona's most loved bakeries. But let's get to the food. I tried the quiche Lorraine, one of the dishes that caused the controversy, and it was a knockout. Buttery crust, rich filling, full flavor, one of the best quiche Lorraines I've ever had in my life, out of control, lights out, and I would order it 10 times over again. The ham and cheese croissant, again, perfection. Flaky, savory, warm, beats Paris baguette, hands down. The morning bun, this was the most unique thing I tried. This was crazy good. The cruffin. Imagine a croissant and a muffin had a love child. That's what this was. The morning bun was the star of the show for me. I tried the pistachio croissant, the almond croissant, the espresso eclair. This was very high quality pastry art, period. Scottsdale had the friendliest staff, flawless presentation. My wife and I were already craving it again the next day. 5 out of 5 top ramen bowls, the pastries, the passion, the precision make this a Scottsdale must. They also have multiple locations, but we tried the Scottsdale location.
And now that everything's exposed, including the fresh, imported, and real ingredients of this bakery, they're gonna get more customers. So kind of backfired for you. I just hope this is a learning opportunity for her. This is probably her brand where she goes places and she acts kind of nasty. You know, it worked out for like Simon Cowell and some other people. Who's the other guy? The chef, Hell's Kitchen. Chef Ramsay. It worked out for him, but you know, these people are already established. You're a micro influencer. You're coming out the gates talking about someone finally stood up to me. It's like, yeah, it doesn't put you in a good light. And I just hope you learn from this. I want you to come back. I don't want you to leave. I just want you to come back better. So let me know what you think about this situation down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.